Ferrari's secret suspension upgrade is looking good. Toto reveals regret of supplying McLaren with engines, and Verstappen has made his final decision. Let's get into the latest F1 news. In the world of Formula One, teams are always looking for that competitive edge, and right now, Ferrari is making headlines with their latest developments surrounding the SF25 car. Following complaints from two of the sport's biggest stars, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, the Scuderia is reportedly fast-tracking upgrades ahead of the upcoming Hungarian Grand Prix. Ferrari is keen on enhancing the SF25's power steering for this crucial race. The need for this upgrade became evident after both Hamilton and Leclerc expressed concerns about the car's handling, particularly in high-speed corners during the British Grand Prix weekend. It's a testament to how driver feedback can dramatically influence team strategies and car performance. A recent filming day at Mugello saw Hamilton and Leclerc both take turns behind the wheel of the SF25, marking a significant moment as Ferrari debuted its much-anticipated rear suspension upgrade. This tweak aims to resolve long-standing issues with the car's ride height, enabling Ferrari to unlock the vehicle's true potential for the remainder of the 2025 season. The team is optimistic that these modifications could position them to compete for race victories as the season progresses. Now, let's take a closer look at the competitive dynamic between Hamilton and Leclerc in F1 2025. Stats reveal their head-to-head performances in qualifying and race contexts. Early in the season, and notably at the Australian Grand Prix, Ferrari struggled with their car's floor running too low, leading to significant concerns about skid block wear. This issue culminated in Hamilton's disqualification during the Chinese GP with evasive, where Ferrari had been forced to make performance sacrifices to avoid a repeat incident. In response to this, the team has been guiding both drivers to ease off the throttle towards the end of straights, a strategy that keeps the skid blocks intact while maintaining competitive performance. This careful management of resources signifies the intricate balance teams must maintain in the high-stakes world of F1 racing. As we dive deeper into the specifics, if the new rear suspension is successful along with the upgraded floor introduced in Austria, Ferrari could embrace more aggressive setups moving forward. This could be crucial for boosting their performance during vital races. With Hamilton urging the team to shift focus toward the development of the F1 2026 car, codenamed Project 678, there's a sense of urgency to make the most out of the SF25. Nevertheless, there are still plans for one last crucial upgrade this season, specifically concerning the power steering. A report from La Gazzetta dello Sport indicates that a slight adjustment is being planned for the power steering, set to be completed just in time for the Hungarian Grand Prix. The discussions surrounding driver confidence in the car are noteworthy. Both Hamilton and Leclerc have raised valid concerns about the precision of the steering and the stability of the car's front end, especially noticeable during fast corners at Silverstone. As Ferrari responds to these high-profile complaints, it symbolizes the weight of driver feedback in shaping the success of a championship contender. With all eyes on the Hungarian GP, the stakes are high. Will these updates elevate Ferrari's performance to new heights, or will the challenges continue to plague their campaign? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. Ferrari's commitment to improvement is as fierce as ever, and the upcoming races will be pivotal in determining their journey through the season. The Hungaroring, with its tight and twisty nature, is gearing up to be Ferrari's best shot at victory in the 2025 Formula One season. Charles Leclerc already showcased his potential this year, having finished impressively in second place during the Monaco Grand Prix. This circuit is often compared to the Hungarian Grand Prix, which boosts optimism for Ferrari fans. Switching gears, let's talk about Lewis Hamilton, who holds the record for the most wins at the Hungarian Grand Prix with 8 victories since he began his F1 career in 2007. His relationship with this track is notable, especially since it was here that he claimed his first win with Mercedes back in 2013. At Silverstone, Hamilton weighed in on Ferrari's current challenges, describing the SF25 as the most difficult car he has ever driven. He emphasized that Ferrari needs to address its current car's issues before moving into the next season. "It's not a car that likes those conditions," he was quoted saying, indicating the need for substantial improvements. Hamilton has yet to reach the podium with Ferrari, consistently finishing no higher than Aller. Max Verstappen finds himself at a crossroads as the Formula One landscape shifts around him. With the recent departure of Christian Horner, the longtime team principal of Red Bull, questions arise about how this change will affect the future of one of the sport's brightest stars. As we head into the 2026 season, Verstappen's dilemma deepens. Can Red Bull still offer him the competitive edge he needs to dominate, or is it time for a new chapter? Former F1 driver Ralf Schumacher is among those who believe that the departure of Horner won't necessarily pave the way for a more competitive car at Red Bull. In fact, he suggests that a move to Mercedes might be Verstappen's best shot at clinching the 2026 championship title. Despite being contracted with Red Bull until 2028, Verstappen's name has been floating in conversations about a potential shift to Mercedes. The recent competitive decline of Red Bull raises concerns about their prospects for 2026, igniting speculation that might lead to Verstappen's exit before his contracts end. This situation becomes more intricate when considering the possible exit clause in Verstappen's contract. Horner himself hinted that there's a performance element to the deal, potentially allowing Verstappen to leave if he falls below fourth in the drivers' standings after the upcoming Hungarian Grand Prix. This clause could be key as the pressure mounts for Red Bull to deliver. Analyzing Verstappen's position in the current championship, he holds third place with an 18-point margin over George Russell, the driver he might replace at Mercedes. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc of Ferrari trails not far behind. The stakes are high, and recent developments suggest that Mercedes chief executive Ola Källenius has given his nod of approval for Verstappen's potential move, signaling serious talks are taking place between the driver and the team. Verstappen's dominance in recent years is remarkable, with 4 consecutive world championships under his belt since 2021. However, in the current season, he has only secured 2 victories, with increasing competition from drivers like Oscar Piastri, who leads by a formidable 69 points. With the announcement of Horner's departure, Verstappen's manager, Raymond Vermeulen, reassured fans that Red Bull's focus remains on improving performance and regaining their place at the top. Yet the reality is complex. Schumacher has emphasized that despite the change in leadership, the technical team, led by Pierre Wache, remains unchanged for now. This indicates potential stagnation in car development, which could limit Red Bull's ability to compete at the highest level in the near future. Moreover, Schumacher is candid about the challenges facing Red Bull. He argues that without a significant change in performance, Verstappen may need to consider alternatives for immediate success. The sentiment among analysts seems to be that if Verstappen desires to remain a frontrunner in the sport, looking at a team like Mercedes may be inevitable. While Verstappen has a strong emotional connection to Red Bull, the question looms, can he balance that loyalty with the ambition for success? With whispers of Mercedes' impressive engine plans for 2026, it's clear that Verstappen's future is at a pivotal juncture. As fans, we're left to wonder how these developments will unfold. Will Max Verstappen stay loyal to Red Bull, or will he embrace a potential future with Mercedes? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the racing world will be watching closely. Next season, Formula One is set to undergo significant changes as it embraces a new era of technology. With a move towards 50% electrification, fully sustainable fuels, and active aerodynamics, the landscape of racing is poised for a major transformation. Mercedes appears to be ahead in its preparation for these changes, outpacing its competitors. Meanwhile, Red Bull is gearing up to produce its own engines for the first time, collaborating with US manufacturer Ford, while Honda teams up with Aston Martin. This shift presents an exciting challenge for the teams involved, and the dynamics could change drastically. In recent comments, Christian Horner, team principal at Red Bull, acknowledged the pressure on their new engine program. stating it would be embarrassing for Mercedes if Red Bull's Ford alliance produces a superior engine next season. This adds a layer of intrigue as teams adjust to the fresh regulations. Amidst the mounting speculation surrounding Max Verstappen's future, many are questioning his commitment to Red Bull, given the challenges the team faces with its in-house engine development. There are whispers within the sport that suggest the existing reservations about the performance of the new power unit may push Verstappen towards considering a switch, especially if Mercedes shows a stronger promise. As the season progresses, it's clear Verstappen is feeling the weight of expectations and frustrations at Red Bull. He's become increasingly aware of the team's development hurdles and how these may impact his chances for success on the track. These mounting pressures leave him contemplating his next move. Under the right circumstances, the allure of a Mercedes power unit could prove. Adrien Newui has been making headlines in the Formula One world, specifically with his recent activities at Aston Martin. As the season heats up, Newui has confirmed he's been working tirelessly since joining the team just before the 2025 season kicked off. His efforts have not gone unnoticed, especially after he was spotted inspecting the McLaren MCL39 at the British Grand Prix. Having a reputation as the most decorated figure in F1 history, Newui has a rich track record with over 200 race wins and an astonishing 26 championship titles. His transition to Aston Martin, where he now serves as the managing technical partner, came only 2 weeks before the Australian Grand Prix. This role places him at the forefront of developing Aston Martin's car under the new regulations for 2026, alongside engine supplier Honda and partners like Aramco and Valvoline. Newey's iconic status in the sport raises the question, is he Aston Martin's ticket to the top of Formula One? His involvement is expected to bring transformative changes, which is crucial as the team aims to climb the ranks in this highly competitive environment. Since his debut at the Monaco Grand Prix, where he was seen closely analyzing McLaren's Oscar Piastri, Newui has been active at various events. Most recently, he made a public appearance at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, showcasing his dedication by wearing Aston Martin F1 race overalls while driving classic F1 cars. Despite his busy schedule, which has left little room for downtime, Newui is laser-focused on his mission. He recently shared that aside from one short weekend off, his life has been a whirlwind of intense work. He explained that when he gets into this phase of focus, his thoughts are singularly directed towards the goal of designing a high-performance race car. As he works on the fundamentals of Aston Martin's anticipated AMR 26, the pressure is on to catch up after 2 years of limited progress. Newui emphasized the need to work diligently, recognizing their substantial backlog. There are many elements within the car's design that cannot be altered mid-season, making this early groundwork critical for the team's success in the upcoming races. Stay tuned as Adrien Newui continues to push the boundaries of what's possible for Aston Martin in the thrilling world of Formula One. His expertise could very well turn the tide for the team, making the 2026 season one to watch closely. We're back with the latest updates surrounding Aston Martin as they gear up for a dynamic shift in the Formula One landscape. With Adrien Newui on board, the team is anticipating a significant leap forward, much like McLaren experienced during a past rule change in 1997. Newui recalls that pivotal moment which transformed McLaren from 4th place to title contenders almost overnight. In his own words, he noted that while the pressure back then was high, today's environment is even more intense, with increasingly complex cars and tighter development timelines. His initial reaction to the new rules was a bit worrying, but upon deeper analysis, he discovered that there's still room for creative design. As always in Formula One, teams will converge over time, highlighting the importance of strategy and innovation. But it's not just about the cars. Sergio Perez, a current key player, expressed that Newey's departure from Red Bull Racing has created challenges for their previously dominant team. This has laid the groundwork for Aston Martin's rise, now armed with some of Newey's insights and strategies. Moreover, former Red Bull test driver Robert Dornbos shared an intriguing glimpse of Newey's innovative requests during testing. This not only showcases Newui's unique approach, but also his determination to push drivers beyond conventional limits, emphasizing the innovative spirit that fuels Formula One. As fans, we can't ignore the excitement surrounding Aston Martin's upcoming prospects. Max Verstappen himself is keeping a keen eye on how the team evolves, particularly with the 2026 season on the horizon. With top talent like Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll at the helm, there's a potent mix of experience and youthful energy driving the team forward. Stay tuned to Planet F1 for more updates and behind-the-scenes actions as we continue to explore the thrilling developments in the world of Formula One. Don't forget to check out our WhatsApp and Facebook channels for all the latest breaking news. Toto Wolff recently made headlines with his humorous take on the engine deal between Mercedes and McLaren. He playfully remarked that his choice to supply engines to McLaren might not have been his most intelligent choice. This quip highlights the surprising trajectory McLaren has taken in Formula One, rising rapidly to prominence thanks in part to Mercedes' power. Historically, McLaren had a long-standing relationship with Mercedes engines from 1995 until 2014. However, after a challenging reunion with Honda, the team turned back to Mercedes in time for the 2021 season. It didn't take long for this partnership to bear fruit, with Daniel Ricciardo securing a memorable win at Monza that year. Fast forward to today, under the guidance of team principal Andrea Stella, McLaren has significantly improved. The team went from struggling at the back of the grid in 2023 to claiming the Constructors' Championship in 2024, with sights now set on a potential title double for both drivers and constructors in 2025. Contrasting this ascendance, Mercedes, the works team, has faced challenges since the introduction of ground effect regulations in 2022, managing to claim only 6 Grand Prix wins. Wolff, a seasoned businessman and influential figure in the F1 world, has led Mercedes through a remarkable era, securing 8 consecutive constructors' titles and 7 drivers' championships between 2014 and 2021. Yet now, with McLaren flourishing, it's understandable why he humorously questions the wisdom of forging this partnership. In a recent interview with Sky Italia, Wolff reflected on the unexpected rise of McLaren, stating, "That's hard for me to explain." He recalled the state of the team when the deal was struck. Back then, they were languishing in 18th place. The decision to supply engines felt logical at the time, but he admits that, given McLaren's current performance, he might rethink its supposed intelligence. Wolff further complimented McLaren's engineering prowess, noting their exceptional performance in challenging conditions, particularly heat. This resurgence has certainly made waves in the sport and reshaped the traditional power dynamics in Formula One. As the teams continue to evolve, the significance of engine partnerships becomes increasingly clear. Who would have thought that the tide could shift so dramatically in such a short period? McLaren, once struggling, now stands tall as a contender, a testament to resilience and strategic resurgence. Stay tuned for more updates on the thrilling developments in Formula One, including the intricate dynamics of engine partnerships and team performances as we dive deeper into this captivating motorsport. As the 2025 season reveals its competitive landscape, Mercedes finds itself in a challenging position, sitting third in the constructors' standings, significantly trailing behind the relentless McLaren team. With 250 points separating them, the fight for dominance appears to be a tall order in the current year. George Russell, the driver responsible for Mercedes' lone victory in Canada, has been candid about the reality of their situation. After finishing 10th at Silverstone, he expressed his thoughts to Sky F1, stating, "Unfortunately, we know we're not in the fight with McLaren. They're the dominant team." This acknowledgement of McLaren's superiority encapsulates Mercedes' struggles this season, as they work tirelessly to reclaim their former glory. Yet Russell suggests, it's not going to be this year. Looking ahead, the engine partnership between Mercedes and McLaren will continue as the new chassis and engine regulations come into effect for F1 2026. This collaboration is set to last at least until the end of 2030, indicating a significant shift in the landscape of F1 engineering and strategy. In a related vein, Oscar Piastri has garnered attention for his cheeky tactics at Silverstone, impressing Martin Brundle enough to warrant a bold prediction about the title fight this year. Meanwhile, Jenson Button has made headlines by announcing his step back from the racing spotlight, ending a notable chapter that began with his last appearance in Monaco back in 2017. Additionally, Martin Brundle speculated that Team Verstappen is not in favor of Christian Horner's current position, hinting at potential shifts within Red Bull's inner circle. Questions surrounding Horner's future are rampant, with whispers of a significant move, though it's unlikely he'll be heading to Ferrari. As we look further into the F1 domain, discussions around penalty points are heating up. Notably, Behrman recently faced a severe penalty that places him at risk alongside Verstappen, showcasing the ever-present stakes in the racing world. Stay tuned as we navigate the twists and turns of this exhilarating season in Formula One, where strategy and performance intertwine to create a spectacle of speed and skill.